Lesson 7.2 Enhanced Teacher Education Curriculum Anchored on Outcome-Based Education. In the learning outcomes, identify the desired outcomes in terms of competencies of the new teacher education curriculum. Be familiar with the degree programs, the contents, the delivery modes, and the assessments in the new teacher education program. Analyze the new teacher education curricula in the context of outcome-based education. Reflect on the pre-service teacher preparation to become highly qualified global teachers. As teacher education curriculum initiatives geared towards globalization, contextualization, and the indigenization and other reforms or enhancements. A lot of harmonization is being done by educators, curriculum specialists, faculty, teachers, students, and all stakeholders. Outcome-based education philosophy, system, and classroom practice gives a teacher strong signal in the conceptualization of the teacher education curriculum. So let us learn how a teacher education curriculum embraces the philosophy, system, and classroom practice of OBE. How do the current teacher education curricula anchor on the outcome-based education? What are the features and competencies that each future teacher master? How will these competencies enhance the attributes of the teacher education graduates? So in this module, we'll attempt to answer those questions. So, competencies of quality teachers as mandated by the Teacher Education Program Outcomes CMO 74 to 82 S 2017. All teacher education degree programs as mandated by the Commission on Higher Education or CHED will produce teachers who show evidence of the following achieved outcomes after 4 years of schooling and earned a degree. The first outcome is demonstrated basic and higher levels of literacy for teaching and learning. The second outcome is demonstrated deep and principled understanding of the teaching and learning process. The third outcome is mastered and applied the subject matter content and pedagogical principles appropriate for teaching and learning. The fourth outcome is applied a wide range of teaching related skills in curriculum development, instructional material production, learning assessment, and teaching delivery. The fifth outcome is articulated and applied clear understanding of how educational process relate to political, historical, social, and cultural context. Outcome 6 facilitated learning in various classroom settings, diverse learners coming from different cultural backgrounds. Outcome 7 experienced direct field and clinical activities in the teaching milieu as an observer, teaching assistant, or practice teacher. Yeah. So, outcome 8 created and innovated alternative teaching approaches to improve student learning. Outcome 9 practiced professional and ethical standards for teacher anchored for both local and global perspectives. Outcome 10 pursued continuously lifelong learning for personal and professional growth as teachers. So, outcome 10 meaning that even though you're already a teacher doesn't mean that you have to stop learning. You keep on learning until yeah. So, which of the outcomes are you developing in the subjects you are taking or have developed in the previous subject that you took? So, these outcomes are set at the beginning of your degree plan. You must put this to heart so as you go along, you will be able to master this in 4 years and will be ready to be employed after you got your teacher's license. So next is following the principles of OBE. This refers to principle 1, clarity of focus, and principle 2, designing backwards. So you must refer to your module 7.1, the 4 essential principles in OBE. So, competencies of quality teachers as mandated by the Department of Education, Order Number 42, 2017, Philippines Professional Standards for Teachers, PPST. So, aside from the quality teacher outcomes of JED, so the Department of Education, DepEd, released a set of teacher competencies that are focused first on the beginning, that are necessary for teachers who will be teaching in the basic education. So we shall focus first on the beginning teachers competencies for career stage level 1. Beginning teachers are newly employed teachers who are mostly fresh graduates from college. As a beginning teacher, you must possess competencies that will enable you to be ready to be employed. These competencies will strengthen those that you have mastered already in your degree course. The PPST domains will clusters of competencies are Domain 1, competencies on content knowledge and pedagogy. Domain 2, competencies on the learning environment. Domain 3, competencies on diversity of learners. Domain 4, competencies on curriculum and planning. Domain 5, competencies on assessment and reporting. Domain 6, competencies on community linkages and professional engagement. Domain 7, competencies on personal growth and personal. Note, refer to the DO 42, 2017 for the details. So, competencies framework for teachers in Southeast Asia, CFTCEA. So, to be at par with other teachers in the ASEAN, it would be important that you should also know about the competencies required to enable you to teach among ASEAN countries. So these competencies are knowing and understanding on what to teach, helping students to learn, and engaging the community and becoming a better teacher. But above all the three standard competencies, you should take note of the Philippine qualifications framework, which was discussed earlier. Yeah. So, but to give emphasis, let us bring the concept back to this section. So, the Philippine qualifications framework, PQF level 6 for bachelor's degree, PQF 6 level of outcomes, and the PQF 6 descriptors of outcomes. So knowledge, skills, and value. So graduates possess a broad level of coherent knowledge and skills in their field of study of professional work, teaching, and lifelong learning. Application of knowledge, skills, and values. So application of professional work, teaching, in broad range of discipline and or for further studies. Degree of independence in work and in workplace. So the teacher must be independent and in teams for the related field. So the new teacher education curricula. The new features of the teacher education curriculum. So after considering the local and global curriculum, the Commission on Higher Education approved through a commission memorandum for their curriculum standards and guidelines even also PSP. The offering of the new teacher education is used to prepare teachers in basic education. The degree programs are anchored on the principles of OBE, the PQS framework, the K-12 curricula for basic education, and the general education courses for college education. To address the needed teacher quality for the 21st, the different degree programs will produce future-ready teachers in basic education. New and enhanced courses are included in the curriculum. And here are some features of, here are some new features. So all future teachers will be trained on how to use technologies for teaching and learning. The first is technology for teaching and learning 1 and 2. Next, all future teachers will enhance skills in assessment of learning outcomes. This course was the assessment 1 and 2. Next is experiential learning courses will be more focused on the application of theory to practice in various contexts. This course was Field Study 1, Field Study 2, and Teaching Intervention. Next is all future teachers in the elementary level will be prepared to teach all subject areas including good manners and right conduct and the mother tongue. And there are 2 degree programs that prepare teachers to teach both in the elementary and secondary levels. Degrees are Bachelor of Physical Education, BPED, PPS, the Bachelor of Technical Vocational Teacher Education, or BTVTN. And a new degree is offered for the teaching of culture and arts, the Bachelor of Culture and Arts and Arts Education. Next is 2 straight degree programs which were formerly the specialization in BE Ed before are offered now to prepare teachers who will teach early childhood education and special education. This course was the Bachelor in Early Childhood Education and Bachelor in Special Education. And all other original courses will be in hand. So in this table was the CMO numbers 20 S2017 and their title of degrees. So the CMO 74 S2017 is the BA Ed or the Bachelor of Elementary Education, and so on. And so all of the above degree programs except the BS ESS or the Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Sport Sciences, which is not for teaching degree, adhere to the common program outcomes stated earlier to be achieved during the college preparation of pre-service teacher, also embodied in the intended program outcomes are those of the PPST for beginning teachers and other teaching standard. So yeah, all of the title degrees are for beginning teachers and except for the BSESS course.
Hello everyone, my name is Fine Empogoy and I will continue our topic, lesson 7.2, which is the enhanced teacher education curriculum anchored on outcome-based education. So the first thing is scarce contents to achieve the outcomes. So what content should be taught to prepare prospective teachers and their future jobs? Course contents are means to an end of achieving the outcomes. These are theories, principle, generalization, concepts, and ideas. So, of course, we just think of school as a big puzzle, and each teacher is a piece of that puzzle. So, for example, just like how each puzzle piece needs to fit together to make the picture complete. So, each teacher needs the right knowledge and skills. So, to make the school work smoothly. So, the course contents of prospective teachers are like the tools they need to be the right puzzle piece. So, they need include the theories, methods, and ideas that help teachers to their jobs effectively and contribute to the success of the school as a whole. So, there are three major clusters of subjects of courses which provide the contents of the degree program. So, the first one is the cluster 1. So, cluster 1 is the professional education courses. These are courses that are common to all degrees which will provide rock or foundation of becoming teacher. So the course titles are as follows. First is A. Foundation, Theories, and Concept. These clusters provide foundation, philosophy, psychology, history, and sociology. So the first one is the child and adolescent learning principles. So this is all about understanding on how kids learn and grow. It's like knowing the best way to help them understand new things, and just like how gardener knows the best way to help plants grow. So just like that. So next is the teaching profession. So this course is like a guidebook for teachers. Like it helps them to understand what it means to be a teacher, or how act professionally, and what responsibility they have in the classroom. So next is the teacher and the community, school culture, and organizational leaderships. So think of this learning is like how to be part of the team. So, teachers learn how to work with the community, understand the culture of their school, and even take on leadership roles to help make the school a better place for everyone. So, the next one is Foundation of Special Inclusive Education. So, this is about making sure that every student feels welcome and included in the classroom. So, like for example, like no matter what challenges they might face, like it's like learning how to create a classroom where everyone feels like they belong, right? So, just like how good hosts make sure that everyone feels welcome at a party or everything. So let's go to the B. Letter B is the pedagogical content knowledge. The subject will provide foundation, theory, and practice in the different aspects of learning. So the first one is facilitating learner-centered teaching and learning. So this is about making sure that learning is interesting, right? So and also it engaging for students. So it's like finding fun ways to teach a lesson. So it feels more like game than a cure. So the next one is the assessment in learning 1 and 2. So these courses are about figuring out how to measure what students have learned. And also it's like giving them a test to see how much they remember, and this is for in a fair and helpful way. So Next is technology for teaching and learning one. So this is all about using technology, right? So like computers and tablets and phones to make learning more exciting and effective. So it's like using cool gadget to help students understanding tricky concepts. Next one is the teacher and the school curriculum. So this course is all about understanding what should be taught in school and how to make sure that students learn it well. So it's like being the captain of a ship, like whatever. So it's making sure that it stays on course and reaches its destination. The next one is building and enhancing new literacies across the curriculum. This is about helping students become really good at reading, writing, and also understanding different kinds of information. It's like giving them the tools that they need to explore the world and express themselves in a sort of ways. So let's go to the C, which is the experiential learning courses. These are subjects that bring together theory and practice. So we will experience this when we upcoming to fourth year. So first one is the field study one. So observation of teaching and learning in actual school environment. So this is like going on a field trip to a real classroom. So a real classroom or a real school. Like future teachers get to watch how experienced teachers do their job and see how students learn in a real classroom. The next one is field study 2. Participation and teaching assistantship. So in this course, the future teachers get to be more involved. It's like being helper in a classroom, where they can assist the teacher and even try out teaching themselves with guidance. Next is teaching internship. So this is like a real job experience for future teachers like us. So we will get to spend time in a classroom, like teaching and students under the supervision of mentor teachers. So we will do our best to express our skills, knowledge to have a good feedback to our demo in the near future. So it's like a trial run before we become full-fledged teachers. So, and now let's go to cluster 2, which is the major courses. So major subjects are listed for every degree programs as attached in the CMO. So these are extra courses that future teachers can choose to take based on their teachers' interests or areas they want to specialize in. So just like how you might choose to take an extra art class or music class in school, like this elective give future teachers the chance to learn more about specific topics related to teaching, like that they can find interesting. So they're like optional bonus classes like that help them to explore different aspects of education beyond the core courses. And now let's go to cluster 3, which is electives. So any additional subject and order degree program for teacher education can be offered as elective. So pedagogical approaches to deliver the content and achieve the outcomes. So the uniqueness of teaching future teachers is that the delivery of strategy and methods come into 2 layers. The first layer will enable learner who are college students to decide learning outcome of the lesson, and the second layer is define strategy that will help teach to the content in the future workplace, which is the basic education. In other words, the pedagogy utilized should be teaching how to teach. So, teaching future teachers, it involves a unique approach where there are 2 layers of learning. So, this is for ensuring future teachers are equipped with the knowledge and skills that they need for their future careers in education. Now, let's go to the delivery modes may vary from the three modes or a combination of the three. So, first is the face-to-face or F2F. A traditional delivery mode where the teacher and the students are physically present to hold classes in designated place. One class can be taken as a whole group or small groups at one setting. So the different strategies may be utilized appropriate to the students grouping. Like this is traditional way of teaching where the teachers and students are in the same place like a classroom. So the lesson can be for the whole class and also in a small groups that are different teaching methods can be used based on how the students are grouped. So the second one is the distance learning or remote learning online or printed module. So distance learning is a delivery mode where the students and teachers are not physically present in one designated place or classroom. So for the online, the teacher is stationed in a control hub while the students are connected to the hub. So classes are either synchronous or asynchronous. So on the other hand, distance learning using a printed module utilize hardbound materials in printed form, where detailed instruction by the teacher will be followed by the learner. So the knowledge and skills of technology is required for the first, while the second one requires independent learners. So we are already experienced this when we are in the first year college, right? We have been encountered synchronous and asynchronous. It's very difficult because some of us don't have phone or data, Wi-Fi. So, but still we also finish our first year college and the second year college, and also we hope that we can also finish this school year. So now this is when the teacher and student aren't in the same place. Yes. So now let's go to the blended learning or flexible learning. This is a combination of F2F and the distance learning. So this is the one that we experience right now. So the whole course will be using the two delivery modes or should be reflected in the curriculum syllabus. So this combines face-to-face teaching with distance learning. So the course uses both methods and it's all planned out in the curriculum. So students might have some classes in person and some online, giving them flexibility in how they learn. So as of now, we encounter this like we will go to F2F and then we will online. So next is experiential learning, so lifelong learning. So following the theory of learning by doing, experiential learning approach allows the learning to experience learning firsthand. Sometimes it's also called immersion and apprenticeship or practicum. So experiential learning is like learning through hands-on experience. Instead of just reading or listening, learners actually get to the things themselves. So it's like learning to ride a bike or actually getting on the bike and trying it out. So we will experience that in the near future. So rather than just reading about it. So this approach is sometimes called immersion. So we already experienced immersion when we senior high, right? So and also apprenticeship or practicum, we will experience practicum in the near future if we will be in fourth year, because it's all about diving into the experience and learning as we go. I hope so. So assessment and learning to provide evidence for the achieved learning outcome. So The new teacher education curricula utilize multiple assessment methods in of learning. Since assessment is used to determine the progress of learning, formative, and the mastery of learning is summative. Multiple ways of doing it is necessary. So thus too, courses about assessment are included in the new teacher curricula for all degree programs. So these are the assessment in teaching 1 and assessment in teaching 2. Now let's go to traditional assessment theories. Principle and tools are taken in assessment in teaching 1, and authentic and technology aided assessment is taken in the course of assessment in teaching 2. So in the new teacher education curriculum, future teachers take 2 essential courses on assessment, which is the assessment in teaching 1 and assessment in teaching 2. So assessment in teaching 1 covers traditional assessment methods like tests and quizzes, like teaching theories and principles behind them to help future teachers gauge student progress and learning. So on the other hand, assessment and learning 2 focus on modern and innovative assessment methods such as using technology and authentic assessment involving real-world tasks. By completing these courses, future teachers gain a comprehensive understanding of how to assess their students' learning using various methods, ensuring effective tracking of progress on mastery of learning outcomes. So in the new teacher education curricula, the desired learning. So outcomes, the contents, the teach, delivery, and the assessment should be constructively aligned and instructing us in the future below. So as you can see, there's a P. P is the desired outcomes. The example of I is content and methods. Example of E is assessment for and assessment of. So, in the figure 5, constructive alignment of desired outcome, content, and methods and assessment. In curriculum, P is planning. It includes the formulation of the desired outcome of course or lesson. Then, this should be aligned with appropriate content and methods in the implementation. That is the I, which is implementation. And finally, E is evaluation, which will determine whether the desired outcomes have been achieved. Right. So in teacher education curricula, constructive alignment to ensures the desired of learning outcomes. So the content and methods of teaching and the assessment are all integrated to work together effectively. So during planning, teachers define what they want students to learn. So it aligning it with appropriate content and teaching methods. So then, during the implementation, they deliver the curriculum using various teaching strategies to engage students and facilitate learning. Finally, in the evaluation, teachers assess whether the students have achieved the desired outcomes using the different assessment method. So this approach will be ensures that every aspect of the curriculum is interconnected and focused on helping students successfully to reach their learning goals. And that's all. Thank you.